Our Code is a song that I wrote about our human perception of fear and our ability to deal with things that we perceive to be a threat to us. This song has been inspired by my own curiosity of, our growth as a human species and my own personal growth as well, and dealing with my own fears and my own perceptions of fear. So this has been a way of expressing how I see fear has been helpful to us throughout our evolution and our survival, and how today it can actually act as a crutch for us. Right now in this time, there's a building scientific body of knowledge that studies how we have evolved, how we have been able to deal with these threats, what goes on chemically in our body. We have eliminated many of those threats. We don't have a tiger chasing us. We're inside walls. We're protected from elements of nature, weather, other animals, each other in many regards. So the mind is really busy looking for perceived threats still, because, throughout our evolution, we've mostly been in many more dangerous states. Now, being in more of a domesticated yet protected from the elements state that we're in, our minds are still very busy looking for those threats, and it finds them in whatever way it can, even when they're not threats, even when they're things that our minds could jump from one place to another. I can't do this one thing, that's going to lead to this, which is going to lead to this other thing. It's so easy, because ultimately the brain fears death. If we can't do one very simple thing, that could keep us from being able to do our job correctly. Not doing our job correctly could lead us to getting fired. Us being fired can lead us to not having money to pay for our house that's keeping us safe from the elements. Not having that house to keep us safe from the elements means that we're going to be living on the street, living in the woods, living where the tiger can get us. Ultimately, our brains perceive these very minute, small fears that may not even be fears, but are just perceptions of what can ultimately destroy us. When we leave these fear mechanisms running in the background constantly, it is very easy for us to overreact to small things, and we think that we have to make these major mobilizations to counteract this fear, when in fact what we really need to do is keep our fear in check, keep ourselves realistic. Look at this fear for what it is. It's really an automatic response that's been programmed into us for an incredibly long time. It is literally hidden in our code. It's carved into our bones practically. This song is something that means a lot to me, and what I've come to realize about how we perceive this world and just how I perceive my own fears. And it's just a very, very meaningful song to me.